The preceding announcement has been paid for by the
Nick's Wrestling Opinions. Ah, god damn it. Oh well, no big surprises here anyway. It's not like we don't know what's going to happen for the next couple months. Here is a question that I never ever thought I'd be asking myself, especially of this company. Why do I need the WWE Network at the moment? I've been a huge wrestling fan for nearly 20 years. You just have to go through my house to see the massive amount of wrestling shit I have everywhere. And even with the network in my living room, I won't be selling any of these just because of the memory. Now we're in the midst of Wrestlemania season. Over the years the excitement would build, and build in children, in adults, and in the elderly old school fans alike. Even some of the lesser Mania season runs. For example 1999. In the Rumble that year, Austin should have won, put in a big dent in the corporation's plans, and given the crowd a massive pop. I know I was eagerly awaiting for the obvious outcome at the time. Oh no, not the WWE though. They had to put in a swerve, and as usual, it was something we didn't really want. Having said that though, I was immediately intrigued with how the main event match was going to go ahead at WrestleMania 15, and who was actually going to win that match. After the opening of Raw the following night, and Vince announcing he was relinquishing his title shot, and giving Rock the night off for WrestleMania, it was pretty clear the road to WrestleMania was now set in stone. Okay, there's going to be a bit of divide here, but 1999 was one of my favourite roads to WrestleMania. Vince taking his medicine in the cage match at St. Valentine's Day Massacre, and the corporation poking the bear every week, putting Austin in predicaments that may have hindered him from making the Mania main event. Hurdles, obstacles for your babyface, no actually your hero, to overcome. Making you as a fan feel for this person.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is champion again!
What the hell is up with that Undertaker thing, and him not breaking character when the camera suddenly panned out there, and him loading Mabel into the back of the hearse? What the fuck? As the years have gone on, wrestlers have come and gone. There has always seemed to be a guy, but that is just it. There seemed to be a guy. As fans, the wrestling business needs to have some mystery to it. Now I'm guilty. I have over time become one of those Cena haters. Please like and subscribe to Nick's Wrestling Opinions. That day I saw him overcome JBL and get his first WWE title. I was happy for the guy. I thought we have some more new blood into the mix, and for JBL it seemed like the perfect ending to his title run, being the overconfident, cocky, bad guy champion. Now Cena wasn't really known as the man at the time, and this was time for some fresh looking matches at the top of the card. However, as we have gone on, stats do not tell a lie. Just have a look at the stat that means more than anything to us wrestling fans. He has accumulated 16 world title reigns. 16! He is equal with the greatest in-ring performer, wrestler, entertainer of all time.
Who are you? Never tell me how to wrestle!
Woo! The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. 16 is the kayfabe number. Flair has like 22. I just can't acknowledge that statistic from the E. I just can't. And by the way, when I say entertaining, I don't mean as a sports entertainer. Ugh. I mean, Ric Flair is fun to watch. Now, like myself, many others started to see cracks appear in the John Cena game plan. I'll do another video on this more in depth. He would set up for finishing his matches in the same way, the carbon copy finishes for all his matches, as well as having one of the worst moves in wrestling history, that bloody five-knuckle shuffle. Scotty 2 Hotty's worm was better than that, and that's saying something. Boos from the crowds started to rain over him. Maybe a pun intended there. He started smirking at the fans and smirking in every single thing he did in front of the camera. He was getting treated like a bad guy from the audience, but the WWE kept having him at the top of the mountain. His talent for putting on a great match was overshadowed by the talented guys he was facing in the ring, duping industry professionals, saying he had 4 or 5 star matches, but wasn't really adding to anything in those matches, and he was a great in-ring worker. With all the inside praise coming his way, us fans who noticed the flaws started to see the agenda for John Cena. We started to see future plans, future big match results. Oh, I'm done talking with this right now. Hashtag see Cena, see your end. Hashtag Cena is cancer. Now I've gone on long enough. Let's get into the main event, the main reason for this video. Let's look into the future of WWE and the 2018 WrestleMania season. With roughly a month to go, the writing is already on the walls. Those stupid side plates on the Universal title are being buffed and polished daily for their chosen golden boy, Roman Reigns. I have to say, this may ruin the next 4 or 5 weeks for you, but if I'm right, this video will be like a Nostradamus type proclamation of epic proportions. I suppose you could say it could be glorious! Okay, maybe not epic proportions. It is only the WWE. It is only sports entertainment. Wow, that reaction actually surprised me. I thought we were all about this sports entertainment phenomenon. Okay, this man, Roman Reigns, has been shoved on the top of the mountain, and he has not been ready since day one. He has become complacent now and doesn't need to improve his below average game. Let's just take a look at a few of his scary stats. In the last 5 years, he has been in the top 3 in Royal Rumbles, already conquering the feat of winning in 2016. He has also held the top prize in the industry on a few occasions to chorus after chorus of boos and jeers. I have no doubt in my mind if his career began at least 2 years, maybe 3 years earlier, he would have been the guy to end The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak as well. He is, though, however, the guy that has seemingly retired The Undertaker. Wouldn't you know it, though? The WWE have ruined that for themselves as well, because for some reason, the WWE need to keep dragging The Undertaker's old carcass to the next WrestleMania to hopefully sell out an arena. They still can't work out why. They still cannot work out why they are having problems. This year as well, he's main eventing his 4th WrestleMania in a row. Not even Big Match John, Big Match John got this kind of royal treatment. Now, along with these statistics showing he's undoubtedly their guy, what about over the last 18 months? With a short timeline on his career, which he has gone through in lazy, complacent fashion, by the way. Reigns would conquer his small battle with Rusev, which ended at Hell in a Cell. Another average match. At Roadblock, Reigns lost by DQ, this time with the ongoing tension rising between Jericho and Owens. Yet another excuse here, and a week before this event, Owens lost a match on Raw to Reigns, for Christ's sakes. The champion! At the Royal Rumble 2017, Reigns was facing Owens for another chance at the WWE Universal title. Jericho this time was suspended above the ring in a shark cage, which gave them an even playing field. Roman lost this match to Owens. Now, was it a clean loss? No. Interference played a part in this loss as well, giving Roman Reigns another excuse. That familiar name, Braun Strowman, came down to the ring and cost Roman, setting up a future grudge match between the two. Geez, I wonder who was going to win this match. Sure enough, a month later, at last year's Fastlane, Roman Reigns conquered the unstoppable monster, Braun Strowman. And to add to this feat, it was of course Strowman's first time being pinned. WrestleMania, the showcase of the Immortals. Now, where is this below average talent Roman Reigns going to fit into this prestigious, or once prestigious event. You do realise you have seen a majority of his moves in this video already. He is of course the biggest piece of the puzzle. Just look at some of his appearances in the past. When he last faced Brock, just look at the work they put into his entrance. Pyro was cut back within the company, but oh, not for Reigns. He got all the bells and whistles to lull us into thinking he is a great, worthy, exciting performer. Basically spit polish on an old crusty work boot. His match against The Undertaker, the following WrestleMania, was one of the worst main event Mania matches I have seen. Lazy work was the theme of this match. Undertaker had to try and carry the match, with bad hips and all. A long, overdone career. He should have been carried by Roman. A great ending spot would have been Roman hitting finishes on Undertaker from his past WrestleMania matches. Once though Roman stuffed up the tombstone, even us viewing on TV sensed Roman being afraid. Instead of some great looking moment for a great wrestler who has given us everything, he got some shitty average ending with whatever that last sequence was. The super duper spear, I suppose is what it's called. Damn 6-year-old target audience. He even beat the previous long-running golden boy, John Cena, at No Mercy last year, in nearly a passing of the torch moment, but not quite. Not to scare you guys by seeing more into the future. Ooh. But I'd guess a handshake, confetti moment at a SummerSlam or WrestleMania. Coming your way soon on the WWE Network. After that loss match for the fans, with shin drop kicks, a comical superhero punch, and let's not forget a move that is climbing in my worst moves list very quickly. Fans were still irate, which I'm guessing is what the WWE was after? Obviously not, as they showed their hand once again, putting Reigns and the Shield back together. Getting a somewhat positive response. Fans love seeing the triple powerbomb again. I wasn't too fussed, because the WWE were trying to tell me what to like. And when some of the Shield matches ended with, of course, the spear from Reigns, the future was what my buddy and I saw from about a year earlier. Back on the singles run, Reigns became the Intercontinental Champion, beating The Miz the night after Survivor Series last year. This giving him another conquer, another huge milestone on his increasing resume. He was now a Grand Slam champion, joining an elite group of guys like Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, Booker T, and RVD. All guys that are or will be in the Hall of Fame. After picking up this accomplishment, he dropped the belt back to The Miz on the recent 25th anniversary of Raw. Miz, having a longer title reign, was just thrown in the trash because WWE needed to give Roman a stat boost that they will use at WrestleMania. You may ask, how do I know this? Well, I asked Vince. It was really awkward actually. He was cuddling Roman in his office. I think they were having a moment. Yeesh. Dear God, no, I don't ever need to see that. But we all saw a year-long transparent plan come to fruition at last month's Elimination Chamber event. That sucks I even had to think and not call it a pay-per-view. The monster among men was a dominant force yet again. I like Braun, by the way. He has improved over time, showing he has love and respect for the fans and business. On this night, he got pins on every opponent inside the Elimination Chamber. Oh, sorry, except one. Braun beat everyone except Roman. What this showed me was Braun did the heavy work. Braun beat a majority with talent and strength. He was beaten down by the match, and Roman picked up the scraps. The man who will be in the main event at WrestleMania against the legit beast won the chamber by picking the scraps. What the fuck? It isn't just Roman's accomplishments that blatantly show the WWE Universe the future of the company. Let's now take a look at the man. Let's look at the most legit guy on the roster.
Brock Lesnar!
A force to be reckoned with, the Beast nearly scares me, and this is a great thing about Lesnar. A fellow monstrous man, Braun, over time has had some run-ins and issues with Brock Lesnar. Strowman learnt the hard way to sell a move from Brock in the Royal Rumble 2016. This attack obviously wiped his memory, because at the Royal Rumble earlier this year, Braun accidentally caught Brock flush with a knee, and the next punch Brock threw rocked that big bastard. I really hope Braun doesn't go and murder his family because of brain injuries in the future. Because the WWE will get all scared and then ban things like impactful looking clotheslines and great looking punches. Brock over the past year has been brutal in his main event appearances. At WrestleMania, he has been in the right place, right towards the end of the card. More proof though here, when Roman is not against Brock, Brock isn't the main draw card, even at the biggest show of the year. Brock was a little way down the card. The match he had with Dean Ambrose was quite lackluster, to be honest. And I love Brock, positioning on the card, and against crazy, wacky, cartoony Dean Ambrose. I don't blame Brock for not putting everything into the match. After all, main event matches are there for a reason. Lesnar then dominated a 13-time champ in Randy Orton, busting him open the hard way. A vicious bunch of mounted strikes ended this match with a TKO. A very cool, very badass way to end the second biggest show of the year, SummerSlam. Brock's stock was only going to rise during this time, as he would face an old foe, someone he met over a decade earlier, and a future Hall of Famer, Bill Goldberg. People were ecstatic for this renewed rivalry, even though all their appearances lasted for about a total of 15 minutes. Even in Goldberg's heyday, a 2-minute match, he would have looked like this at the end of it. Goldberg in February won the Universal title in a decent Goldberg match, and this culminated in a second match against Brock Lesnar at last year's WrestleMania. Lesnar gave Goldberg his first ever clean pin loss. To add to the mountain of proof of Roman's future big obstacle he will overcome, the man mountain Braun Strowman has succumbed to Brock Lesnar. Do you guys start to see what's happening here? Another legit guy faced up to Brock in that god-awful named Great Balls of Fire event. His name was Samoa Joe. In a struggling test of strength battle, Brock eventually came out on top in another great crushing outing for the Beast. The final notch to add to Lesnar's Roman conquering belt was from the 2017 Survivor Series, having yet another high quality match against AJ Styles. The best in the industry today. A backward and forwards tussle done really well because of the talent overflowing in the ring. AJ, caught in the power that is Brock Lesnar, went down to the F5. With all these encounters, with all these moments that Lesnar has had, I feel it has all been put together for one outstanding feat, for one impossible mission, for the new golden boy, Roman Reigns, to be standing tall this April, with commentators shoving historic matches down our throats about Brock having wins over blah blah blah, and let's not forget Roman, the only man to beat Strowman at Elimination Chamber, leaving out the fact he didn't actually beat any of the other competitors for a 3 count. I see all this coming, and I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna anyway. I told you so, believe me. I want to eat these words, and for me to do so would mean the WWE still has an ounce of business savvy and some creative juices still left in the old grapefruits to shock me. What do you think? Once again, I will ask, after all the information that has been laid out for you in this video, do I need the WWE Network right now? Am I being too harsh? Leave your comments below and show your support by clicking those like and subscribe buttons. Stay tuned for more wrestling content, more Nick's wrestling opinions.